Hi, this is Adam Ginsberg, and welcome to episode 12 of our BOLO search series, How to Turn $1,000 into $100,000. As always, no income claims are promised or guaranteed. Your results will vary, and everyone who is part of our Internet Mastery community that has access to these tools has made an investment in their own business. So we're going to begin this series by talking about our BOLO deals specifically. In the previous 11 episodes, we've seen this progression of learning and opportunity and education and understanding with the BOLO deals. But I want to make sure you really understand the power of them. So every week, every member of our Internet Mastery community gets 10 BOLO deals. Now, recently, you might have noticed that those 10 deals are actually 15 deals. We have upped the number of opportunities that everyone in our Internet Mastery community gets every Monday. And every Monday at noon, these new opportunities are pushed directly into your account. Now, what that really means is that when you're looking at 15 unique deals every week, the initial thought is that, wow, I've got 15 opportunities where I can find items to sell on Amazon. But the reality is that you really have 10x that opportunity. Every deal is simply a lifeline or a focus on other opportunities that you might not have thought of before that can 10x how many deals you actually have. When you combine that with the ability to purchase deals that you've already purchased and you've sold out of, it really magnifies this opportunity. Product sourcing is the single hardest thing for anybody who's selling on Amazon. Whether you're brand new or you're the most experienced Amazon seller, this process of product sourcing, while albeit it does get easier, is something that constantly is worked on and refined. So the BOLO deals are an opportunity to help you in addition to your own product sourcing strategies. I think in the beginning, if somebody is just starting out this business, having access to the BOLO deals is amazing. But I think long term, you want to use the opportunity and the education around these BOLO deals into finding and sourcing your own inventory. The purpose of this training series is to give you the guidance, the insight, and the strategies that we have learned over the last 19 years when it comes to selling online and put them into a very easy to follow process. Now, before we look at this week's BOLO deals, as always, let's check out our leaderboard and our amazing Internet Mastery community. So here we are on the Internet Mastery Community Leaderboard. This is accessible to anyone and everyone as the data is public. There is a link beneath this video where you can look at the results yourself and see where we're at currently. But at the time of filming this video, we are now at 158,400,845, which has now gone up. 158,400,862 in sales on Amazon. Now, just as a reminder, this Internet Mastery Community Leaderboard is made up of people just like you that had either never sold on Amazon before, or perhaps had dabbled before meeting our amazing team. They've taken the information that we've shared, they've worked with our technology and our mentors and our support, and now they have sold cumulatively over $158 million. I want you to think about the gravity of that number. These are people with no experience in selling on Amazon before. And our Internet Mastery community is literally like the United Nations of e-commerce Amazon sellers. We have people in our community from every background, every culture, every walk of life, every demographic. And everybody comes together to sell more. I couldn't be more proud of this amazing group of people. So now we're going to log in. We're going to take a look at our BOLO deals for the week. We'll see if anything stands out. We'll analyze some deals. You'll get some takeaways as you continue to grow your Amazon business. Let's take a look at it now. All right, I'm here on my BOLO deals page, and if you're following along and you're watching this video series in order, you'll know now that in so many cases, Amazon requires you to get ungated in order to be able to list an item for sale. So if we were to click on the Spy Rivals lookup button, we can see then if we click list on Amazon, what needs to be approved and what does not. I'm not going to go through each one of these as I've done that in a previous video, but you would simply request approval via Seller Central and follow the links. I do want to remind everybody that once you click that link and you go into your Amazon Seller Central, Amazon will then walk you through exactly what you need to be approved to sell that product. And there's a few different options here. The first one is that you'll be asked for invoices for the brand. The second is that you'll be asked for invoices for the category. If you are asked for invoices, and typically they'll ask you to show a invoice with at least 10 items purchased, that must be from an authorized wholesaler. You cannot get ungated by providing invoices if you're doing it on the retail arbitrage side. So Macy's, Costco, Best Buy, retailer invoices, I should say, cannot be used to get ungated. If you're buying arbitrage, if you're just starting, if you're not on the wholesale side yet, or you have a wholesale supplier but doesn't have invoices related to these items, then you'll just simply skip it and move on to the next one. Now, of course, we've learned that just because an item is gated doesn't mean that every item that is related to that item is gated, and we can take a look at other things. So one of the big challenges that a new person has that's looking at their BOLO deals that might not have been watching all of these videos and sessions in order, they might have jumped straight to this one right here. And if you did, by the way, welcome. Thank you. I hope you've subscribed to the channel by clicking the subscribe button below. But the point is that when you look at your deals and you're a new seller, it could feel overwhelming and discouraging. You look at your 15 deals, all 15 are gated, and 9 or 10 out of those 15 require you to have invoices. Remember that Amazon's just protecting Amazon. You actually want this to happen. I know that it doesn't feel good when you're going through it, but it is to the benefit of Amazon, and ultimately it will be to your benefit as well. But what you can do is you can take a look at the website of items that are similar to the deal that was found for you. You can see if any of those are good deals, and you can see if any of those are ungated. And you want to spend some time doing that. That's why I think it's important everybody understands that BOLO deals don't replace your need to learn how to do your own product sourcing. They just give you that added shot of adrenaline to make it go faster and smoother and generate more profit sooner. So let's go ahead and keep going down the list and see if any of them are automatically ungated from the start, because those are the ones that we're going to look at here in this video. So I'm going to take a look at the next one here. I'm just going to simply click the Spy Rivals lookup button. I'll click list on Amazon, and you can see that this one is available for me to list right away. So let's do a deeper dive into this listing and see what it is and how it works. We can see that the item is available at GameNerds.com. GameNerds.com. I'm going to click that link, and I'm going to take a look and see that the item is out of stock. So while it is ungated and something that I could list, it's out of stock. So let's continue down the path of disappointment. Don't worry, it'll be all good by the time we're done, but sometimes you got to get in the hole to get out of the hole, right? So the first one we looked at was disappointing because it was gated. The second one we looked at was exciting because it's not gated, but it's out of stock, and so therefore it's disappointing. Don't worry. You just need to have the right focus. You will find the right deals. It just takes you a little bit of time. And now let's continue down that path. So before I actually leave this page, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and take a look and see what else they have. And you can see here that there is one actually that is in stock. So I'm going to open this up in a new tab, and I'm going to take a look at this item. It's $31.47. So now I'm going to go old school, and I'm going to copy the title, and I'm going to see if it's on Amazon. So let's take a look if it's there. We'll paste that in. And when we do, what we'll see is that that item actually is not on Amazon. So here we go again. Now we're feeling a little discouraged. We're doing everything right, but we still haven't found a deal or an opportunity. I think if you're looking at your calendar and your scheduling and your timing, you really should be focusing on finding one good item every hour. And you want to plan on that as an average. That might mean that on the first day you do this, it takes an hour and 45 minutes. But the second day you do this, you find an item in 15 minutes. You're still averaging 1 hour for every item that you find. Now, again, the better you get, the faster you will be able to find good deals. But let's take a look at what we did just so we understand the process. We went to the website. We found that it was out of stock. So we scrolled to the bottom to take a look at related items. We found one was in stock. That's called reverse engineering. We found one that was in stock. We went over to Amazon and it wasn't there. So there is a formula that we're following here. Step one is source the product. Of course, the BOLO deals do that, and then we could reverse engineer those. Step two, see if it's on Amazon. The BOLO deals do that, or we reverse engineer that. Step three is determine the profitability. Step four is see if it's selling. 4A is list it. 5, we buy it. 5A, we send it to our house or the prep center. And then step 6 is send it to Amazon for fulfillment. So we're still going to follow this formula, even if we're going through the process with the BOLO deals. Now let's take a look at the next one. So in our next BOLO deal, we can see here that in this particular case, this is the Downy Wrinkle Releaser. And what's interesting about this is that the deal appears to be a mismatch. So when you take a look at the first item, there's 1 unit in the picture. When you look at the secondary item on Amazon, the secondary picture rather, you can see that this is definitely a bundle or a 2-pack. And the way you would do this is you would buy the items from the retailer. You would send them to the prep center. You can also do this at your house, but bundling is quite frankly a pain in the ass. But you can still do it. The way it would work is you'd send the items to the prep center, and then they will bundle them on your behalf for you. So these are items that you purchase individually, and then we put together as a set before they go to Amazon. Now, there's a massive opportunity when it comes to 2-pack, 3-pack, 4-packs, and additional bundles. Some bundles are 2 items of the same. Others might be 2 items that are similar. But the bottom line is that you'll find that there will be less sellers and more units and profit available to be sold when it comes to bundling, because a lot of people just simply aren't familiar with the bundle concept. Now, in this case, though, there's something really valuable here as you're looking at the BOLO deal to understand. Initially, when you look at this, you might dismiss this as being a mismatch or something is going to be off on the pricing. But let's do a deeper dive into this and see what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the item on Amazon, and I'm going to see here that this is a 2-pack. Definitely a 2-pack. Now, if we take a look at the buying options, we can see that there are 5 sellers, and we can see that the first one is FBM, the second one is FBA, then we have FBM, FBM, and FBM. So we only have one FBA seller that we would be competing with, and they're at the $32 price point. We can also see when we look at this listing that there are 10,000 reviews. So initially you would think, okay, this one is probably going to be selling like gangbusters, but let's take a look in Spy Rivals and see. The first thing that we'll notice is that there are an estimate of 2 units a day being sold, 2 units. So about 60 of these are being sold every month. And the estimated monthly buys are 5, which means that you should be able to sell 5 of these every single month. Now, I want to take a look at something else that's important. When we look at our profitability, we can see that the buy price is $15.98, and the selling price is $32. And so you say, well, but if I have to buy 2 of them, then my profitability is going to go away, so therefore it is a mismatch. Well, let's take a look at Target. And what you'll see here is that in Target, it is $8.39 for one, not $16. In other words, the BOLO deals have been able to do here is to calculate the price of both units that should be in the bundle into your overall buy price. So in this specific case, the system knows. Now, it's not always like this, but in this specific case, it knows that this is an item where it is only $8. However, it is two of them. And so therefore, it's already added that price in, as you can see. Now, one other point I want to mention is you'll see here that it says that it's $15.98 for two. But when you look on Target, it's $8.39. That's accurate. You say, well, it's a little bit higher than what is shown. And it is possible that the pricing is a little bit higher. In other words, pricing on retailers change all the time. So if when the system pulls down the deal, it has one specific price, and then when you go look at that deal, it's possible that that price had changed. It's possible that the item was on sale that day, it was a special, and so forth. But when you shop at Target, if you have a red card, you get a 5% discount. And this pricing takes into account that you're going to maximize the number and the value and the deal. And so therefore, it already factors that 5% in. And so $16 is the actual buy price. So now what I want to do is, since there are no restrictions, the product is profitable, and I can sell 4 of these a month, I'm going to go ahead and list it on Amazon. Let's do that together. So directly from my Spy Rivals X on my Amazon page, and if I'm using Google Chrome on a laptop or a desktop, I'll be able to use this extension. So I can click on this button, and you'll see that I have the ability to list the item. Now, if for some reason I'm not using a laptop or a desktop, I'm not using Google Chrome, I can list the item directly from Spy Rivals. So when I go back to my BOLO deals and click on Spy Rivals Lookup, it'll populate the data, and it'll give me the same opportunity to list the item directly on Amazon. And so I can simply complete these details by saying my listing price. I'm going to list it for $33. And then I'm going to select US and click List on Amazon. And now the listing has been submitted to Amazon. Now we're going to wait just a few minutes before we actually buy this item, because I want to go through the process of submitting it to the prep center so you can really see what that looks like. But it does take anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes for Amazon to be fully updated for you to be able to submit the item. And I do want to just encourage you, this is something very specific. If you are an Internet Mastery community member and you are using the Prep Center, which by the way, I highly recommend, do not buy the inventory until you have created the listing and submitted it to the Prep Center. There are times where you can submit a listing, but then Amazon has internal data that will not allow you to submit it for fulfillment by Amazon. You will not be able to send it into Amazon for fulfillment, which means you will not be able to have the Prep Center send it to Amazon on your behalf. So as you're going through this process, it only takes 5 to 15 minutes to know whether or not you could submit the item directly to the Prep Center. I'm going to show you that here in just a moment, but I just wanted to throw that out there. So as, again, an Internet Mastery community member that's following this step by step, you'll know exactly what you need to do. But we've already listed this item. Now what I want to do is go back into our BOLO deals and continue the search. So here we are in our BOLO deals, and you can see that this one is a dog bed. You can see this one is a bottle of Sprite. You can see that this one is some dog treat. Now, sometimes when you take a look at the results in the BOLO deals, you'll see that the net profit is minus 41%. So, well, why are the deals still there? Well, these deals really are determined by what's selling and what's not, more so than the pricing. Now, the pricing is important, but what's selling and what's not is really what matters the most. And so, as I mentioned earlier, the pricing can and will change on a daily basis. This doesn't mean that this is necessarily a bad deal. It just means that you'll have to do a little bit more research, maybe some discount stacking or cash back to make it profitable. Now, here's one that looks interesting. I'm going to click on Musician's Friend, and we'll see if this one is in stock, and it is at $39.99. Now let's take a look back at our BOLO deals, and we'll take a look at it on Amazon. And we'll see here that if we look at the buying options, we can see they're all listed at $79.99, $79.95. And you can see this is FBM for all of them. So each one of these listings is FBM. I'm going to click on Spy Rivals, and you'll see here that we need to get approval. This one is fairly simple to be approved for. It's selling 7 units a day, and you can sell 16 units a month. Of course, you need to be ungated. You would just simply click the request approval process. And there's lots of really, really cool deals here this week. I'm going to take a look at this one now. This is the Glowfish Water Balance. We'll take a look at the Pet Place. This is a website where we can see what is available, and we can take a look and see that we can buy lots of these units, which is fantastic. And if we take a look on Amazon, we can see that there is only one seller of this item. We can also see that that is an FBM listing at $12.99. Now, one of the things that I also want to do is just do a keyword search of this item. And let's take a look at Amazon and just see if there's anything else that's out there. So the specific one that we are listing against is the water balance. Has the 3 fishes on it, right? We'll take a look here at the Glowfish. It has the 3 fishes, the purple fish, the yellow fish, and the orange fish. And we can see that that is this specific item here. I was looking to see if there's any other potential bundles or opportunities associated with this item, but it doesn't look like there are. I will take a look at the listing on Amazon and see if there's any other things that people are buying and selling from this specific company. And this one is very interesting. There's the Glowfish flake food, there's the bubbler, and there's the dry fish food. So what we might want to do is just take a look at this specific website and see if there's any Glowfish items that they sell. So we can see here that they sell lots of Glowfish items. Now, if we take a deeper look into this, we can see that there's 105 items with Glowfish available at that fish place, thatpetplace.com. Thatpetplace.com is the website, right? So we can see here there's 105 opportunities. Now, if we take a look on Amazon and we just type in the same keyword, Glowfish, we can see all of the items that are on Amazon. Now let's take this one step further. So here's what we've done. Actually, let me give you a quick recap. Now, before we do anything else, let's take a look in Spy Rivals and let's see when we do our lookup what this looks like. The first thing we can see is that we can sell 3 of these a month. We can also see that we can list it on Amazon, and there is no restriction or gating with this specific Glowfish item. Okay, so what that might tell us is that there might be other Glowfish items that could potentially be other opportunities. Remember what I said when I started this episode 12, and that is that the BOLO deals have this opportunity that is extraordinary. You might be getting 15 deals a week, but it could potentially 10x or more your business. Well, how does that really work? Well, what we've done is we found a deal called Glowfish. We can sell 3 of those a month. There is no listing restriction. And we can sell that item on Amazon. So we're clear on that specific item. Then I went back to the website and I typed in the keyword Glowfish, and 105 items came up. Well, I don't know if any of them are on Amazon or not, so I can go to Amazon and simply type in glowfish into Amazon search, and a bunch of results come up. But what I really want to do is I want to see if any of the other glowfish items are selling on Amazon. Not just listed, but selling. So now we're going to head back over to Spy Rivals. See, all of these things work together when you understand what you should be doing. It's really powerful. And over time, that's why I want you to watch this series over and over again, because over time, this will all become second nature to you. All right, let's take a look. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to open Spy Rivals 2.0. And I'm going to type in a keyword. And that keyword is going to be glowfish. And I'm going to click on search. Okay, so when we look at our Spy Rivals results, we can see that there's lots and lots of items that are selling. Now, you've got a couple of options here. You can go through each one. You can stick with your BOLO deal, obviously, or you can go through each one of the specific items that are on this page that are green, that are selling, and then head back over to the petplace.com and just type in different keywords associated with glowfish. Remember, there's 105 items for glowfish on the petplace.com. And some of those are going to be showing up in Spy Rivals as being selling and being profitable and are ungated. And so when I talk about reverse engineering and I talk about the BOLO deals being opportunities, this is literally the perfect example. This specific BOLO deal gives us a profit, it is not gated, and it gives us the ability to sell 3 every month. Now, you should keep in mind that it's not gated in my account. It might be gated in your account. It is specific to your Amazon account. And the more seasoned your Amazon account is, the easier it will be for you to get ungated in these items. We found that one specific one, and then we went into Spy Rivals, did a keyword search. We got over 1,000 results that are on Amazon as a result of our keyword search. And then when we went over to the website and typed in the keyword of the product, we found there were 105 products available. So we can then go through each one of those and find additional deals. And this literally is what separates the people that make a little bit of money from the people who make a lot of money. People who make a little bit of money will go, okay, amazing, I found a deal, I'm done. But the people who make a lot of money take the opportunity, run with it, and then turn it into multiples and multiples and multiples of opportunities. Now, before we conclude, there's 2 other things that I want to share with you, just some thoughts and ideas when it comes to what we've discovered, because I really need you to understand just how big this opportunity really is. The first thing is that in our Spy Rivals search results, there are some items that will include a UPC code. Now, when an item is listed on Amazon, it must include a UPC code. The UPC code is often wrong. It isn't the accurate one that it should be related to that item, and sometimes sellers who list items will do that. But many times the items will be correct. And what we've done within Spy Rivals is we've built in a reverse lookup on Google Shopping. So what happens is when you click through that UPC code, it will take you to the page on Google Shopping where other retailers sell that item. I always think that that's a good way to double check and triple check. Number one, additional inventory at other retailers. Number two, there might just be other retailers that are having a sale or a special, and you'll be able to buy additional inventory at lower pricing. The second thing that I would do is when I look at this item and I see that there's retailers online that are selling it, I would go directly to the Glowfish website and see if there's an opportunity to buy from them wholesale. Now, again, I think this is beyond the scope of this session on how to do that and how all of that works. But again, my point of all of this is summarized in how we grow your business and help you grow your business from $1,000 to $100,000 using BOLO deals. It isn't just looking at one of the 15 deals or 2 of the 15 deals and saying, okay, that's a good one for me. It's being able to understand and interpret what's happening. So we had a bad one, we were depressed. Then we had a good one, but it wasn't in stock. Then we were depressed. We found a good one. We should be overjoyed and elated. But we don't want to stop there. We don't want to stop at that one glowfish that isn't restricted and that is selling and that is profitable, meets all of our criteria. We want to say, how else and where else can we find additional items from that same brand? Because maybe more will be ungated. Maybe there will be more profit. Maybe there will be more sales. Maybe there will be more opportunities. And maybe that retailer that sells that particular item may not have the best pricing all the time. There's lots of other retailers that sell that glowfish. How do you know? You go to Google and you look it up. How do you know? You click on the UPC code and you reverse look it up. Lots of opportunity. And then once you've tested it, once you've proven it, once you know that it works, why not reach out to Glowfish and see if there's an opportunity there for you to be able to buy wholesale? Now, again, you have to be very careful because they may require you to buy certain items that Spy Rivals shows are red. So getting into the wholesale side is a lot more complex. But now that you understand this, you'll be able to implement it not just on this glowfish. Don't all just run out and go buy glowfish. The point is that everybody's got these opportunities in their account. The only difference is who sees them. And over time, you will see them. So that's episode number 12. We've covered some great information here. We'll be back episode number 13. We're going to take a totally different approach and talk about something we've never talked about before in relation to BOLO deals. So get ready, get excited, get fired up, but take this information and implement it. And while you're waiting for episode number 13, go back and watch episodes 1 through 12 one more time.